The play is based on a meeting which actually did take place in 1941 between Niels Bohr, the great Danish physicist, and Werner Heisenberg, the great German physicist. The two men had been very close collaborators in the 1920s in developing quantum mechanics, and they'd become great friends. But there was a problem in 1941 because it was in the middle of the Second World War. Germany had occupied Denmark, and the two men were on opposite sides. Heisenberg was very insistent on the meeting, and the question is what actually took place, and more importantly, what were Heisenberg's intentions behind his desire to speak to Bohr. And it seems to be the case, both men agree, that he found some way of indicating to Bohr that he, Heisenberg, was involved in a program in Germany to try to build nuclear weapons, and that he now thought that it was theoretically possible to make atomic weapons. But no one has ever been able to agree, least of all Heisenberg and Bohr themselves, about what the two men actually said to each other and what Heisenberg was up to. And his intentions in seeking the meeting are quite important because they reflect on his intentions in general. Was he really trying to build nuclear weapons for Germany, or was he trying not to? And all these questions endlessly disputed by historians since. And the play isn't any kind of attempt to adjudicate the debate, but just to show how difficult it is ever to know precisely what human intentions are, why human beings do what they do. And it's quite important because you can't really make any moral assessment of people's behaviour unless you've first made an assessment of their intentions.
Copenhagen by Michael Frayn. Starring Greta Scacchi, Simon Russell Beale and Benedict Cumberbatch.
But why?
You're still thinking about it?
Why did he come to Copenhagen?
Oh, does it matter, my love? Now we're all three of us dead and gone.
Some questions remain long after their owners have died, lingering like ghosts looking for an answer they never found in life.
Some questions have no answers to find.
Why did he come? What was he trying to tell you?
He did explain later.
He explained over and over again. Each time he explained, it became more obscure.
It was probably very simple when you come right down to it. He wanted to have a talk.
A talk? To the enemy? In the middle of a war?
Margrethe, my love, we were scarcely the enemy.
It was 1941.
Heisenberg was one of our oldest friends.
Heisenberg was German. We were Danes. We were under German occupation.
It put us in a difficult position, certainly.
I've never seen you as angry with anyone as you were with Heisenberg that night.
Not to disagree, but I believe I remained remarkably calm.
I know when you're angry.
It was as difficult for him as it was for us.
So why did he do it? Now no one can be hurt. Now no one can be betrayed.
I doubt if he ever really knew himself.
And he wasn't a friend, not after that visit. That was the end of the famous friendship between Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg.
Now we're all dead and gone, yes. And there are only two things the world remembers about me. One is the uncertainty principle, and the other is my mysterious visit to Niels Bohr in Copenhagen in 1941. Everyone understands uncertainty, or thinks he does. No one understands my trip to Copenhagen. Time and time again I've explained it, to Bohr himself and Margrethe, to interrogators and intelligence officers, to journalists and historians. The more I've explained, the deeper the uncertainty has become. Well, I shall be happy to make one more attempt. Now we're all dead and gone. Now no one can be hurt. Now no one can be betrayed.
I've never entirely liked him, you know. Perhaps
Sample complete. Ready to continue?